Yeah, it happened on a Sunday afternoon. Funnily enough, I'd been out for a cycle on a bike in the morning. My wife and daughter went out for a walk, and my son took his car out because he'd not driven it for a while since the lockdown had started. They went out, and then I went upstairs to the bedroom and suddenly had some numbness in my right arm. Thought, that's a bit odd. And then next thing I know, the whole of my right arm, my right side is numb. I dropped my phone, so I thought, I've seen this on the TV, in the adverts. I'll lie on the bed until someone comes in so I don't get up and start falling over. And about an hour later, people came back and said, why aren't the lights on? And I said, because I'm having a stroke. Helen, my wife, phoned for an ambulance, and they came in, did a few tests on me and took me to the hospital straight away. And say 2 weeks, 2 days, and then back home. The community stroke team had been in touch with Helen beforehand to find out what I needed in terms of beds and things like that, so everything was set up when I came home. I think Jasmine and Emma, or people of that ilk, pretty much came out to see me straight away. And we started on physio and stuff in a limited way to start with, and then as the days wore on, we did more and more. I'm led to believe that I'm doing quite well. Sometimes I have a friend who had a stroke about a year ago, and he says that sometimes you have very good days and you feel top of the world, and other days aren't quite as good, and they can cause you to feel quite depressed about things. Well, I'm sure that I've had a lot more good days and bad days since this started, with the help of Emma and Jasmine, they've given me pretty good advice as to one that I will always remember is don't rush things, so that you can do the physio at the right rate to benefit you. Also, I'm one of those sort of people who likes to get on with things and make things happen. So when I've been told to do exercises in addition to the physio with the physios, then I don't mind doing that because I see that as a means to an end. To start with, it was walking with, I think it was with a crutch, wasn't it? Trying various things, trying walking with a crutch, standing up straight, making sure that my body was in the right place for walking, and it was gentle to start with. And then as we went on, it became more and more. We used to walk probably the length of the room to start with, which is not too far. Then the length of the 2 rooms, then in the kitchen. Always closely attended, but after a while, whoever was here, whether it be Emma or one of the other physios, would stand and watch and let me do what I'm doing. After a while, we moved to going on the stairs, etc. That was slow to start with because the bottom stair is quite tall. So I think effectively I struggled to get my foot over, as you might say. But after 1 or 2 attempts at that, it became quite normal. And in time, going up and down the stairs became quite easy. Sport's been excellent. I mean, sorry, I didn't mention that Jasmine had been coming in with her team as well, and they've been doing things like, because my right arm's not great at the moment, making sure that I exercise to make my right arm work again. Chopping stuff, food, things like that, all that sort of stuff. It's still not working, but it's getting there, and I'm sure we'd be a long way behind if it hadn't been for the effort that Jasmine and her team have put in. Generally speaking, the relationship I have with the physios has been tremendous. They tell me what they want me to do. On the odd occasion when I've not done what I should do, they've told me off in the right way, as you might say.
So initially when Chris started with us, he had really reduced movement in his hand and wasn't able to do basic things such as get himself washed and dressed, make meals, and with exercises, a lot of intensive therapy, we started to get some really good results. So initially he couldn't feel in his hand, that got a lot better. In terms of his sensation, and then in regards to his movement, he then was able to regain full movement. He's now able to wash and dress himself, cook meals, do all the kind of fine dexterity movements. Within about 7 weeks, we noticed a significant difference, and he was very motivated, very easy to work with, always listened to us, always took initiative, and we also found it a pleasure to work with his family because they were really supportive.
But from a physio point of view, Chris was using a rotunda to transfer with at the beginning. We've worked on looking at the movement, his alignment, his balance, his strength of his legs particularly, and then kind of moved on to his arms a little bit more recently. And moved on from the rotunda to transfer with, then kind of getting to stepping, to walking, and then obviously to doing the stairs, which has obviously enabled him to be then returned upstairs. And as Giles said, that it's like literally the recovery it just progressed really well.
Yeah, at the weekend I went to watch my lad play cricket, and I walked probably. I was sat in my wheelchair because that's the height which is ideal for me, rather than the bench height of the seats that are out for people to watch. And at the tea break, I got my crutch because it was walking on uneven grass. But I probably walked 50 metres and then back 50 metres without too much trouble. There's just nothing that if anyone said to me, as people say from time to time, the national health system or people that work in it don't pull the weight, they're lazy. I will just say to them they don't know what they're talking about, because I will hear nothing said against what they do, because they're terrific, they're all terrific. And this is an expression used from when I was in hospital. It's from the person that gets the water to clean the wards to the head surgeon. They're all moving in the same direction. That's to make people better and happy.